Only a three-man rush, and Young has some space here and a chance to scan and puts it late across the middle. Dangerous throw.
Well, the Saints defense stood tall last night of the matchup against the Carolina Panthers. They did what they needed to do, and we won the game. It wasn't the prettiest performance, but in the end, it was a W, and that's all that matters. We beat the Panthers 20-17. And we're recapping last night's game against North Carolina with our digital executive producer from our website, Aaron Lee. As we said, it wasn't a terribly exciting game except that catch by Olave. That was amazing. But they got the job done. That's all that matters.
They did, Eric. You got to think that catch by Chris Olave could go down as the NFL catch of the year.
No doubt about it.
Amazing effort from that young man to put them in scoring drive to get them ahead in the game. Listen, I got to tell you, the defense, as you said, we're probably one of the top 5 defenses, I believe, in the league right now. And I'm talking even about the Dallas Cowboys. The one thing the Cowboys have had is an offense that has produced. The Saints have not.
And who would have guessed at the beginning of the season that the 3 teams in the NFC in our division would be 2-0? You know, it's kind of amazing. There's only one other division that has 3 2-0 teams, and that's the NFC East.
You're absolutely right. Listen, and how important is that 2-0 start for the Saints? The first time to go 2-0 in a decade, 2013, the last time they did so. And of course, that year they go on to 11-5. They lose the divisional round to the eventual Super Bowl champion, Seattle Seahawks. But you're right, a win over South rival Carolina last night almost is a 2-for-1 win. You got to have those wins if you want to win the division.
And I'll tell you what, I've been so impressed with so many of the guys on the team that step up when they need to. I mean, just what Groupie does. Groupie is just great.
Isn't it fantastic? He has yet to miss a field goal or an extra point. And let's be honest.
That hasn't been the case with Will Lutz over in Denver.
No, absolutely. And let's keep in mind, of the 20 points that were scored last night, every single one of them from a Notre Dame player.
Yeah, no, it was a pretty awesome game. And let's talk about what's up next for the Saints, because they do have a fairly easy schedule. We don't play the Falcons till late in the season.
Well, I'll tell you what, you mentioned that. Listen, they were said to have the second easiest schedule in the entire NFL coming into the season. The only team with an easier schedule, the Falcons, as you just mentioned. Listen, I like what we see coming up. The Packers will not be easy this week. We saw them lose to Tampa Bay yesterday, but Jordan Love, their new quarterback who replaced Aaron Rodgers, 3 touchdowns and a loss. They're 1-1. A lot easier going into Lambeau in September than November, December.
And how have you been impressed so far with the play of Derek Carr? I mean, he's solid. He's just not igniting things.
Eric, who could ignite anything behind that offensive line right now? Listen, we have no running game to speak of.
Yeah.
It's attrition back there. And listen, he's running for his life. Sacked 8 times in the first 2 games.
It kind of reminds me of the old Archie Manning days when he got sacked all the time. I mean, the front line, the O-line used to really protect Breeze.
Oh, absolutely. Listen, and Drew Brees, we got to keep in mind, we're so conditioned to having a future NFL Hall of Famer under center. Listen, Derek Carr is not Drew Brees. He's not that type of quarterback. He's never been in the top 7 in QBR ratings his entire career. What he is, though, is a good 2 to 4 minute quarterback who will get the job done, which he has done the past 2 weeks.
And it was funny, during last night's game, the announcers were saying how when Carr would come to play the Saints, he would just sit there and just try to study Breeze.
Oh, absolutely. Listen, one of the things he also said is that he chose the Saints because he wanted to come to a team that had a stellar defense.
All right, Aaron, thank you very much. We are, of course, hoping for an even better performance out of the Saints on Sunday. They take on the Green Bay Packers up in Wisconsin at Lambeau Field. Kickoff is set for noon on Sunday.